go. So today I'm going to Bible journal Psalms 119, 103, verse 103. And I am inspired just because it's springtime and also because I want to just show these amazing watercolors that I am kind of obsessed with. And they are from Rachel Beth. And she is a small shop that I came across on Etsy. And her watercolors are actually like handmade. And they are an investment. I think they're just amazing because the colors are so unique. And so this particular one is sweet as can be. And it's a play on the word be, obviously. And the colors inside are just amazing. And what drew me to this was this fluorescent 1980s yellow. Like, it's just so fun and brings back some, some like personal memories of just 1980s and all the fluorescent rage. But this particular color is named Pollinated Flowers. And this color right here, I know probably hard to see, but this color right here with a little bit of a shimmer is called Honeybee. And this particular color right here in the upper left-hand corner is called Honeycomb. And it's like a gold shimmery, so sweet. And then Sweet Lavender. Now, if that doesn't scream, hello spring and little beehives and bees flying around, I don't know what does. So that is my inspiration for my colors today. And springtime, what have you. And then just kind of just playing today and just reflecting on the verse, Psalm 119, 103. And I'm going to read that to you because clearly it goes along with my theme. It is, how sweet your word is to my taste, sweeter than honey in my mouth. And I just feel like, another awesome psalm from David. And he speaks like I like to speak. Like I love, the kind of metaphorical, your word is sweeter than honey in my mouth, like just being able to really feel those words. And so there is my theme and kind of focus for this particular verse. And I had an idea. I've been working on learning how to draw, and I have probably been drawing a week now. And I am inspired by James Luke Burke, and that is a name I'm throwing out there because James Luke Burke Creative is he's just a really fun, great teacher. Like, honestly, is so good at like teaching his art. And I've been drawing mermaids all month because it's mermay, and it's a play on mermaids. And so anyway, he's doing one per day, and I love like the kind of idea. So I'm going to kind of use that skill that I've been learning in this particular idea. So here we go. What I'm going to do first is I am using this beehive, kind of this whimsical one, as a pattern for my idea. And so I am drawing like a figure, like a person, like a fun person. And I'm going to use this beehive. So I hope you guys can see. I'm going to make sure I'm in frame. And I'm going to trace this. And I'm going to trace it using kind of a paper glass metal kind of pencil. It's a Stabilo. And I'm hoping this works okay. Because what I want to do is use it and take a water brush and utilize that. Now I should be using like a graphite. Anyway, I'm going to use this. We're going to see how this works. So basically I'm going to take this, and I really just want to kind of sketch around this particular beehive, just nice and light. And I'm okay if I'm being a little bit kind of whimsical with or light. See how I'm holding my pencil? And I'm okay that it's not completely, identified on the form. Now I'm going to kind of peek at these these lines because they're a tiny bit hard to see through this. And so I'm just going to kind of brush this over. See where the next one starts, kind of where, I don't think it really matters. I think they're kind of going from sort of whimsically pushing it out, kind of like those beehive. And let's see, just one more maybe. And so this is going to be the body of my figure. And I kind of want this, this little stem, but I don't want it too big, because what I'm going to do now is I am going to sketch around. I'm going to pull that aside. So I'm not going to use the bees. And what I'm going to do is basically take it, and I'm going to use some of the things I've learned from James, and basically kind of draw a face, or a head. So I'm going to I just love this idea. This is going to be sort of the chin. So it's sort of like a unique, and I'm just going to kind of go around. Now again, I'm super elementary at this. So I'm going to kind of go around and do that. And then I'm going to sort of draw, let's see here, kind of like this is just my little dashes of my mouth. And then my little really far apart little eyes. So little. Okay, I'm gonna make a little kind of U shaped, pressing down, and then some like little, I'm gonna use these as sort of my idea for tracing over later with some black pen. And again, I want this neck. This is my little neck to my little person. And then I am going to kind of just pull out some little arms, and I'm gonna kind of put my hand up. She's gonna kind of have a little hand. And so far, I'm all right with it. All right, so now I'm gonna kind of go to the middle. I'm kind of using just really seriously elementary. And what I learned is that I kind of want to focus on not coming down too far. So hopefully, I know it looks kind of a little odd now, similarly to a out of this world alien, is kind of what comes to mind when I look at my little drawing here. But I'm gonna kind of just now draw some little bits of hair, and I'm gonna kind of come down to right about here and just kind of sweep some little pieces over and kind of create that. And then, oh, I forgot some little ears. Now the cute little ears he draws is like a little C right here at the eyes. And maybe just, they're just very loose, not anything. And I'm gonna kind of draw a little hairs over here. And then I'm gonna sweep this across. And I'm kind of just, not really, I'm just kind of having fun making my little middle part here, and then kind of come down, kind of sweep out. Okay, and make that kind of out like that. And then I think I would like her to have, like a little ponytail that comes out. And so I'm going to kind of sweep this out and kind of have out and have some whimsical hair. Maybe some off of that, just sort of. And I might just make that a little bit, some little curly pieces. And, you know, we're just going to do the other side too. We're going to do like little pony. Maybe like 3 or, I kind of want it to be thick and full. Maybe just up. So nothing, I don't know if I love that, but right now she's just going to have some kind of crazy hair. Kind of fun little buzzy hair. And then I think I'm going to sweep this down a little more and let her have a little bit more of a bang. Kind of like that idea as I look back. Kind of defined little part. And then honestly, some little, maybe some just like little tiny pieces of baby hairs coming down. Okay, so maybe a little bit of a, yeah, little eyebrows. Now what's kind of fun is, okay, I'm gonna do her hand out a little bit. So if that's her left hand, her thumb would be coming out. Now I should have used like a little, again, gonna make this kind of like whimsical because that's supposed to be her little hand. Oh boy. Okay, so now let's do, I want just some like skinny little stick legs, and I love, like, I'm gonna have them come out kind of her little end part here. And I'm gonna kind of do this and maybe have one kick up. And I just think this is kind of my little signature. Like I love using, let's see here, like some little, I used to love those little anklet socks. And these are my little anklet socks, which sort of resemble like a little flower. And then we're just gonna kind of go put like a little heels, because you know, all little beehive girls need heels. And then kind of out here again. And again, been drawing about a week now. So this is not gonna be, and I'm probably using this super wrong kind of pencil, but I just like the way this one kind of activates with water. Let's make her, I kind of wanted it to be a little more, let's give her kind of like little big feet. And I should probably, there we go, the little heel. Who doesn't love that? And maybe we'll put some details on later, and we'll see. All right, so basically I've got my little area done here. And what I'm hoping to do, and what I'm nervous about, is maybe taking, let's just try it, guys. We are going to need to go over this with, I'm going to use like a water soluble ink, like or not soluble. So this ink is like bulletproof, like water is not going to affect it. So I'm going to kind of outline parts of it in a little bit, because I'm going to watercolor my little thing. So I guess I want to kind of do that with this really quick right here, like with her body. So I'm just going to kind of go around, and that way, and I maybe can do this after, but I kind of wanted to just do this main part, because I know that I don't want to lose, I can play around with the lines, but I don't want to get lost with the shape of that, because I want that to be sort of the beehive. I'm hoping that resembles a beehive eventually. We'll see. So what we'll do now is I'm going to take my, and again, this is like it's called a carbon ink pen, and it's not that expensive. It's on, I got it, I think for like $8, and it came with like some refill, because it has cartridges in it, which is super cool. And what I love about this is you can outline whatever you're drawing. So I'll show you guys real quick. So it has like a carbonate cartridge that I put, and I can exchange. So when this was empty, I just put it back in, and it has a very cool little nib there. So I'm hoping I'm not. And what's kind of cool is I have this cute little inkwell from like, it's, I think very old. It says Sanford's like 27. I don't know, but I love it. And I stick the little inklet in here, so I can kind of just pull it out like I would like an ink. Oh, my play on like little vintage pieces. So now what I'm going to do is take this little water pen or water brush. It has water inside here. And I am going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of get some water moving in it. And we're going to take some water and we're going to pull some of this out, and you're going to see some like blurring. So I'm going to kind of start up here, and I'm going to kind of just go around here and just bring this down and kind of spread out and kind of activate some of that. And I'm honestly kind of just going to play. I have to work on my patience, because I get so like, so what you can see is it's sort of bringing a little bit of spreading that out like it would be like watercolor. Oh, isn't that so cool? Now, I have to say, I used this long ago with like I think like an ink in it, and it's got like a pink tinge on it, and I keep trying to like rinse it out. I might need to purchase a new one, but there's like a slight pink tint, and I can't say I don't hate it. Like I like the fact that it has a little bit of this pink soft in it. But like I said, I might need to get a new one, because eventually I think I'm not going to want everything to have pink on it. Okay, coming up is my very favorite part. And again, I'm going to kind of go back. I'm going to go over this very lightly, because sadly, I want to go over this. I'm going to be adding color, I think, or maybe not. I haven't decided yet. So let's draw her neck and just sort of bring it down. And I'm just going to, this is shadowing pieces of it. And I might just love it like this, right? Let's just bring this in here. I'm saving my favorite for just a little bit here. I love this little effect. Now watch this. So I've done these little eyes, and now what I'm gonna do is just take a little water to activate this and just pull some water up here to pull out like some shadow. Oh my gosh, I just love this. It sort of reminds me of Precious Moments, but this is like, drawing faces is something that's super new to me, but I love the sweetness of this particular kind of look. And we're gonna go in with my carbon in a bit, and we're gonna add some details with that, and then put some like eyelashes, which if you know me, I just think lashes are so cool. I'm gonna pull this out a little bit. So again, this is a very elementary kind of drawing. And again, I'm going to go through, I'm going to add a little bit of water to her, because what I'm thinking is I may keep this somewhat of a black and white piece. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm just, again, using some things I've learned from this little mermaid, because I've had fun drawing some mermaids. So let's just draw her little patent shoes in here, because, you know, she's skipping through the garden with her little beehive world. All right, so I think what I'll do now is go ahead, and she is looking, oh gosh, again, this is just refocusing on those words, sweeter than honey, in my mouth, and just knowing that, you know, God's word is so sweet. And while that's kind of like knowing that there's, you know, things in our lives that are kind of going rough right now, his words are so encouraging when you open up God's word and just reflect on what's going on. Now, okay, so this doesn't have to be like, you know, completely perfect, but let's go ahead and take some of our watercolor here, and I want to add some of this gorgeous color to her. And remember, we talked about we were going to do, I do want to add some of this, I think, too. Since we already added our pieces, we're just going to, you know, add some little eyelashes here and swing some out. I like that they're a little dramatic. And yeah, that's going to be fine. And maybe just her little mouth, which is just like a little piece of, just a little tad here. And maybe just some light, because what I do, I want to add some cheeks and stuff to that as well. I kind of like the way this is adding some, maybe just sketch around here with my little carbon pen. And I kind of want it to be nice and loose. I don't want any, I'm kind of thinking her little ears. And then maybe just some little curly cues too. I don't know. This, you know what? There are no rules with this. Like, I think it's super, I want to, because we definitely want to add some, I do want to add a little bit of color, I think. I wanted this to be inspired by my, so it's Mother's Day this weekend too, and I just love my mom so much, and she's been watching some of my videos, and this one might end up being just a tiny bit longer because she's like, I love your videos. She like sits and watches them. But one of the things she said she's having trouble with is just like sometimes when I do use the time lapse or make it go really fast. And so I am doing kind of a real time one just for her for this. So Mama, this is for you, my little honey girl. And if anybody's words have been so encouraging and sweet to me over the years, it's my mom, who I adore and I respect and honor so much. All right, let's go ahead and I'm going to take some of this color and activate it. Now, again, these are by Rachel Beth. She I'm learning a little bit about her, but I absolutely love the colors that she has. And she offers these through a subscription, as well as like every Friday she updates and puts new ones on. So right now we're just going to kind of use the plopping method. I just want to kind of use kind of this beautiful honey kind of comb, just kind of put some on, adding more water. And what's kind of cool, guys, remember I said I could go over this ink, which is really cool. So if you sketch something, you can kind of, oh, and what's so cool about this particular set that I got is it's got some shimmer to it, which is very cool. So again, just kind of going through and just kind of plopping it on. I don't really want to have too much, I don't want it to be like completely filled in. I'm going to kind of use some of that dark one, Honey Bee, to add some shadows in a few minutes. And then honestly, I think I want to use this, who would not just think, I'm kind of curious, like, where am I going to use my fluorescent? Because I definitely want to use that. And I'm considering purple hair or bright yellow hair. And I think I might go ahead and just dab into this because I just can't help it. I love this color. Now, again, I might be making a big mistake here, but you know what? It's okay. Let's just go ahead and let's just kind of dab some on here and just add. I was born a blonde, so this is reminiscent of, I like it. And then maybe just add some little, oh guy, so cute. And it's okay, remember she's a little whimsical, so she's running around in the garden, which I get to get out in today. The weather here, Mother's Day weekend, is supposed to be exceptional. For me, love it. I love when it hits the 80s or anywhere close to it. Now, granted, our houses here in the Northwest do not have air conditioning. Oh, shoot, that's a little bit, better use my little, don't have air conditioning, so it can be a little bit challenging. Pull some of that in here and in the, you know, I don't know, maybe shouldn't have done that, but it's okay. All right, I'm gonna use some of this Honey Bee. I'm gonna kind of lay in some water. Oh, these are beautiful. They're just so like soft, and let's just kind of lay some shadows. So the sun's coming in on this side, I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna kind of just draw some good shadow through here, through the little honeybee piece. I'm gonna add that purple too because I just feel like it's gonna just, I'm gonna have to draw some of this in here. Gosh, so I hope you guys are doing something fun for Mother's Day and just reflecting on the women in your life that have just impacted you. And just, my mom has been one of those people who have been so just selfless in her life towards her children. And my specific memories are, I mean, it doesn't take me long just to really hone in on the things that she has done for me. And now remember, I'm going to go back in. What's kind of nerve-wracking is I think I'm activating some of that black, and I think that that could, or from my pencil, which could be a problem, but it's all right. I think what we'll do is we'll just keep going. And I'm going to kind of use a little bit of the purple to sort of just add some purple cheeks maybe. Okay. And kind of maybe up here, just some purple in her. Yeah. We'll see. Maybe a little bit. We don't want to have too much shooty on her chin because we don't want her to have what James says is a little 5 o'clock shadow. I kind of feel like I need to add a little dry to that, but you know what? She's looking cute. I don't think she's super, I'm wishing my purple, I'm gonna maybe take some of that, I might take purple and do some outlining because I want to write the verse, or a portion of the verse, so that's going to be a little bit fun for me. yeah, so back to just moms and my mom. I'm just loving, it's kind of hard on Mother's Day because I live in Washington and she lives in California. So I haven't had a Mother's Day with my mom for many years. That is challenging for me and for her. But I love her so much, and I just, you know, just celebrating her. Hopefully she's enjoying this very, very soft and slow process video with my awesome verse, Psalms 119. Psalms 119 is an amazing chapter. It's one of my favorite chapters in Psalms. Psalms is one of my favorite books. Just packed with so much awesomeness with David and his words of just praise. And let's see what I'm going to do here. I'm going to pull my carbon ink out again. I don't want this video to be too long, but I do look forward to, I'm actually not going to do, let's see, we're going to take some of this and just kind of pull, remember we did some of this and that. Now I want these to kind of look like petals, so I'm not even going to, I might, excuse me, add a little bit more and kind of go around her shoe. I'm gonna not care too much. See, I'm learning not to be so perfect. And go down. I like her little, and we want her to, I'm gonna have her hold something. And we're also gonna add a background color. So I'm gonna take a larger brush. I'm gonna take one of these, this is a 12 round. I have a couple of these. I think I like this one. And I'm gonna add, I'm gonna put purple as my kind of like background color. So I'm gonna add some of this. And I don't know if you can see this, but I'm gonna add this to my little mat here and add a little bit of color so that I can make it really light and have a lot. And I'm just gonna plop this on. Now, I have not prepared my pages. Often I will, for when I journal in my Bible, I'll put like gesso on here. And oh, you guys, I know what I'm gonna do too, because I love the sunshine. And it's gonna be a wonderful sunny weekend. Almost blew it there. So I just wanna say that what was I saying? Oh gosh, I forgot. That's what happens if I get sidetracked sometimes. I just want to add some of this. Now, you guys won't be able to see this, but there's some shimmer in this, which is super cool. Oh, my pages, yeah. I don't always, kind of like the wrinkly, this is the Illustrating Bible. And I like it because it has space for me to work without covering words, although sometimes I do cover words, and as I am going to do right now, but usually I try to do it with something light enough. So I really want to add this awesome pollinated flowers, and we are going to do, what do you suppose, guys? Obviously like a sunshine, right? We're just going to do, and I want to highlight my verse also. But now I'm going to take this and just pull it down maybe, and just pull it out. And I'm going to take some of this, and my verse is right here, 103, and I'm just going to kind of swipe it across. So I'm okay if, in fact, other verses get, and we'll just go back in and maybe add some of this purple up here, kind of blend the colors in and around. Oh, you guys, this just brings me such joy too. Oh, that's another one of my favorite verses. Your word is a lamp for my feet and a light unto my path. That's one of the very first verses I learned. And there are many like praise songs that go along with that too. But my mom has always been one of my most important women in my life who have mentored me, and I just cherish her so much. Okay, you guys, I am pretty much loving her. What I'm going to do right now, and I know this is really loud, so this is my heat tool that I'm just using to kind of advance the dryer. And I'm going to keep her really, really simple because I know this is getting long. And I'm going to write a part of this verse, kind of in a way that's kind of like reflective of a journaling piece. And I think I'm going to add also some stamps, some letter stamps. So okay, so I actually I just needed to take a break and get some tea and go to the bathroom. Real life happens there. And then also I was considering I was telling you guys that I wanted to use some letter stamps to kind of put a title on here, and then I'm going to be journaling my own words. And then while I was kind of doing all my little stuff, all my important stuff, I was thinking about some other things I wanted to add to this. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and add I think my title, and I want it to I'm pulling it from my verse, how sweet your word is to my taste, and I want to write your word, and then I'm going to be journaling in the open spaces off camera, but I wanted to just kind of get the actual title down, so I want to show you how I did that. Okay, first of all, I love letter stamps. This particular letter stamp set is called Sophisticated Serifs by the company Stampin' Up. I used to be a demonstrator for Stampin' Up long ago and still love, you know, all of their things. And so today I'm going to be using this letter set, and I don't know if they carry it anymore. I'm grabbing my gray. To my knowledge, I don't think they do. But you can always look. A lot of times people will try and sell things that they don't use anymore, and perhaps somebody might be getting rid of that on eBay or something else like that. But what I've done is I pulled out your word, and I really love this effect that people are using. This is my watercolor tray, and I just like laid out my letters that I'm going to use, and I considered using kind of some this particular set comes with large and small sizes in the same set, and many of the stamp sets, you could use any of your own letters to do the same thing, and intertwine your letter sets as well. Different kinds of fonts are always fun to do. So we're going to start off with, I'm going to do one letter at a time. I just prefer that rather than unless I'm using my my actual stamp positioner, I would not do more than one letter at a time. So what I'm going to do, actually, as I'm talking and not paying attention, I'm going to start from the last letter and move in, so I know I have lots of space and lots of room. If I start here, and then I might actually run off the page. So that's a tip that I utilize. And so your is the first one that I'm going to use, so R. And I'm just going to kind of lay this. I like this particular stamp with the lines, this acrylic block, because it kind of helps me to line up the stamp nice and straight. And another tip that I use sometimes is utilizing this T, so I know kind of where I'm going to set it, but I'm not going to worry too much about it today since my letters are going to be kind of interchanged. I'm using kind of a gray ink. This particular ink is a water-based ink, and so I'm going to go ahead and utilize this. And this one, I'm going to spell out your word, and I'm not going to start it, I think, up and over as far as I can over here, and kind of go down. And that's I like this gray. I love gray. I love kind of the gray pieces. Now I'm going to use the R again, but I'm going to set that aside because I'm going to go ahead and utilize. So hopefully I don't make a mistake spelling backwards. So again, I'm spelling your word, Y-O-U-R. Oh golly. I'm going to kind of go as close as I can to that R. Go down nice and firmly and come back up. And got a little ink out there, but that's okay. I have an idea for utilizing that. And I decided I was going to utilize the O and the R because both words have O and R in them, and utilize the large letter for that. So I'm putting the O, and I'm going to put the O right here. I'm hoping you guys are on camera. I hope I'm not. I'm going to put my right hand over here. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of go down, going as close as I can. Okay, so far so good. And then I'm going to use the Y for your. And stamping's so fun. Like, I forgot how much I loved it. I used to do it a lot, and I kind of like that. I just, you know, through the years of just raising my family, my kiddos, now I have a lot more time, and I do not hate that. Like, it's fun to have the extra time, and as all of you know, currently, okay, let's make our D backwards. That would not be good. We have a lot of extra time these days. I'm a teacher, and while all day I'm working, I'm available for my students, and I have days that are heavier than the others. I do have the extra, wait, this is not right. How do I do a D? Your word, oh my gosh. I almost like was gonna go like that and think it was okay. Okay, I'm gonna huff that. That just kind of freaked me out for a second. I'm gonna go a little bit lower because I don't want that O and my big letters to run into each other. W-O-R-D, so R would be next. So this can be a little tricky and good practice for your brain as you're spelling out and stamping things backwards. It would be my, no one would be surprised if I made a mistake, but I'm gonna go with it. Okay, so, and I'm gonna kind of lean in here. Your word. Oh, cookie. I guess that's the way it's supposed to be. Thinking that had a little serif, a little tail at the end, but I don't think it did. And then the O and the R. And I considered using the big O. I might go ahead and use this little O that I pulled out just in case I changed my mind, and I did. And you're allowed to do that because that is part of the fun. So then I won't have like two big giant O's. Except I really did want to use, that's okay. I think, I think I want to use the, now I see I'm really changing my mind. I'm going to put the big W in. So I'm going to pull the big W. They're all capitals, but there's just different sizes. I'm not sure exactly what sizes they might be, but this W, I love W. It's a letter in my last name, so I'm gonna actually stamp that down just to make sure it didn't look a little bit dark. All right, so I'm gonna go down with that big W for your word. John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. And that, you know, is what David's talking about. Okay, so I like it. She's little beehive dress is covered up a little bit, but that's okay. And again, as I said, I'm gonna kind of be going in here, but here's what I was wanting to do. I thought to myself, I know this kind of looks like a beehive because you're doing it with me, but if you didn't know this, it may not be. So I thought maybe I would do like some little bees around here. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna utilize this little mistake I made, and I'm gonna do like some little bees, and I'm gonna kind of like throw some, you know, little wings on it, and I'm not gonna, see, needs a little legs, make too big of a deal. And remember, I'm gonna be journaling down here, so it's okay that I have some space. So I wanna utilize this space in here and then maybe carry it. I haven't decided, but I have a couple of things. So I'm gonna do a bee right here, and I'm just gonna make, I have no really idea how to draw. Remember, I've only been drawing for a couple weeks, and now that looks like a bird, but that's okay. And then we're gonna put some little stripes in here. I'm gonna utilize this stripe and this stripe, and then I'm gonna kind of cover it with that beautiful fluorescent. And because it's dry on dry, That's gonna be okay. Now, again, I'm thinking these need to be maybe a little more rounded. I don't know. Oh boy, you guys, I did not do those bees the way I should have. I'm gonna actually do one like I thought I should. And I'm looking kind of like, you know, a little body, and then maybe like this would be a little bit better. And then maybe just a little feet. Cop it. So really, again, just, I don't think it has to be perfect, and that's what I'm trying to, it's a life kind of goal for me all the time. So I'm gonna go in with this fluorescent yellow, and because I have those little things, I'm just gonna cover it up with some good kind of dark fluorescent yellow. And remember, I can do that. That ink should be dry. Hopefully those do not look like little bee wings, but that's okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of go in with that little bit of gold and kind of like draw those in again. Kind of maybe just kind of put some of that on there. I might need to go back in with that fluorescent because I want it to be a little more, oh my gosh, those do not look like bees, but that's okay. And then I thought, well, let's do a quick little butterfly. I'm just landing like on her little hand. So I'm gonna kind of go like this, and I'm gonna kind of go out. Not that great at butterflies either, but I think it looks cute. And then I think I'm gonna make some purple in. Now again, I didn't use any of my other watercolors. I love watercolors, and I'm kind of collecting them. I'm really loving Rachel Beth's pieces, and I'm having fun playing. I've actually just got them, so I haven't done a ton with them. So I'm looking forward to, as I'm doing this, but I kind of wanted this color palette just to come directly from here. And I know there's probably a lot of people who may have done, I'm thinking if I do a little bit of this, I'm gonna kind of go out of the lines a little bit and go back in with my little bees that I'm not real happy with, but I like that they're so fluorescent and fun. Grab a sip of tea while I, oh, and I know what else I was gonna do. See this up here? I was gonna kind of pull some little bows, because I think bows would be super cute, and I want them to be sort of kind of large and in charge. They kind of look like butterflies is sort of my idea. Let's dry that real quick. So this bullet ink, or this carbon ink, water won't, it's solid when it's dry, but if it's still wet, that ink obviously will, you know, simple science, it will bleed into your colors. So I've made that mistake a couple of times. So it's good to make sure. I'm laughing at my bees, you guys, but that's okay. This one was a little bit better, and I might go make those little black marks a little bit darker. So yeah, I'm finishing up, and remember, I'm gonna probably add the date, and I want to also add, oh goodness sakes, I want to also add, what was I doing? Oh, purple. I wanted to add some of this beautiful lavender, which I don't want it to be too, I'm gonna add it to kind of my bows, so it kind of looks like a bow. Yeah, because I didn't quite feel like I had enough of this lavender in, which I just love. Oh my goodness, I love it. Awesome. Okay, so the one last thing I'm gonna do is make some of these, oh dear, I don't think that's all the way dry. Make these lines on these bees be a little bit darker, so that is not dry. So we're gonna kind of nail that with our, I probably should take that down. So yep, as I wrap this up, I just hope that you have a wonderful weekend ahead, or week, or whatever day you're watching this on, and know that you know, you are loved, you are appreciated, and to take time just each day to get into the Word. And let's see, should we do a little, oh gosh, did I just blow that? And just know that His Word is so sweet to our mouth and can fill us, especially in times of trials and in all of the uncertainty that we have been experiencing. I think that it's super important that we definitely you know, turn to Him and His Word. I think I'm going to add one last thing as we see each other here. Let's do, I don't want it to be so overwhelming. I'm going to grab my date stamp, and I love these date stamps. They are super sweet. I could do so much more to this page, but I think for now I'm going to call it good and go ahead and add our date for Mother's Day weekend. Today is a little bit before that, but as I anticipate, oh, this is kind of funny. My mom is very much excited. She wants to start Bible journaling. And so I am actually on the way right now is her gift, and it's some Bible journaling supplies that she can start with and some must-haves. And so I'm excited for her to get that. And today is it's Thursday. So today is the 7th. And I hope I'm not the only one that loses track of my days. I kind of know what day it is, but I don't always know what date it is. And so I'm going to go ahead and put this in my, yeah, so where did my ink go? Oh, here it is. Oh gosh, well, thanks for joining me, you guys, today. I think she turned out sweet. I really just love her her sweetness. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put the date down here and be able to journal off camera. So I think I'll go ahead and, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and put the date right here. Just kind of rock it in there. Your Word, Lord, on May 7th. And I'm gonna journal a little bit about the verse and take a little bit of time to continue just meditating on His Word. Awesome. Well, thanks, you guys. I appreciate you stopping by. And if you made it to the end of this video, I hope this can be inspiring to you. And just, again, just get into the Word and have a great rest of your day. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.